Welcome to Weekly UAS News Update. We have 5 stories for you this week. 2 of them are coming from St. Louis. We have Wing unveiling a new larger drone for heavier packages, and then 2 DJI stories. Let's get to it. And first up this week is one of the St. Louis story. Now this is a bill. It's called BB199, which has some concerning text for recreational UAS operators. Line 19, 20, and 21 state, and I quote, "Any person who operates a drone or any unmanned aircraft in the city of St. Louis shall have a valid remote pilot certificate from the FAA and shall be in compliance with all standards set forth under FAA Small UA Rules, Part 107. Yikes. There's no exemption for recreational or 44809 operation, which is not good. There's other concerning text in here for UAS operators, restrictions on operating a drone within 1,500 feet of other aircraft, including City of St. Louis drones. I don't know how you would know, but no-fly zones that can be established by the city, required standby distances from public safety vehicles, and publicly owned building. Now, the rule, of course, is not applicable to any city department or city agencies. Vic from the Drone Service Provider Alliance reached out last week to give you guys a voice, but please more people do so we can get this changed to something more reasonable or no rules at all. All right, speaking of St. Louis, here's an update on the plan to use drones for surveillance. Now, we've been talking about this. I think we talked about it last week and maybe even the week before. There was some serious pushback from this business owner who wanted to use drones for surveillance and then charge for people to watch the footage live. Apparently, the company is not backing down. They've been told to cease and desist by the city, and now they sent a letter to the city threatening a lawsuit if permits for operators were required. Instead, they will offer a free trial at a different time and a different location. They are also asking for operators to join them to fly, and you can do that if you pay $99 to them. Imagine that. And then let you fly with them. And you can even pay $199 and they'll pay for your ticket somewhere. And then there's another option for $299. So if you pay them, you can join them. And currently, there's a GoFundMe that company has set up with a plan of getting $10,000. They've reached their goal up to $20. Yeah, there's only $20 in there. Now, if you think there's a link between the 2 St. Louis stories that we just talked about, absolutely. Yep. And the problem is, when you start to push the limits like this, you're pushing municipalities to take drastic actions. So please don't be that guy. Don't ruin it for the rest of us. Because you can doesn't mean you should. I've said that many, many times.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
And in this case, it's pretty clear that you shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. So please don't join this person with what they want to do here. Let's just let this story die, and then we can move on to something else. Next up this week is Wing, who has unveiled a new drone with double the payload capacity of their current flagship. The drone has a 5-pound payload capacity and can maintain a 12-mile round trip, which may not sound like a whole lot, but it's a lot more than it could do before. Now, Wing says that the new drone will be deployed within 12 months to all the different sites where Wing operates. The company said that about 70% of the deliveries are completing using one drone and 30% using multiple drones to deliver. This could reduce the required number of trips to deliver the same goods. And fourth up this week is 2 DJI stories, and the first one is the DJI MICs 2. DJI released the new mics with a 8 gig internal storage, 14 hours of recording, 820 feet of range, AI's noise canceling, 32-bit float recording, all in one case, and the compatibility with USB-C, Lightning, and 3.5 TRS analog output. The cost of the new mics comes in at $349 for 2 mics and a transmitter, and then if you only want 1 mic and a transmitter, it's $219 or $99 per microphone. We actually did a review video right here where we put them to the test against the Rhodes microphone and then the original DJI mic, so go take a look at that. Final story is another DJI release, this time for enterprise. They released a software called Modify, which appears to be a mesh editing tool software that's going to pair with DJI Terra in order to provide modification to 3D models. Now, on release, it looks like Modify is only compatible with DJI Terra models at the moment. These models can be exported as a PLY or OBJ file for third-party or online sharing. The cost is rather low actually for this kind of software. Usually mapping stuff is pretty expensive. $1,500, almost $1,600 plus taxes for the year. And then it comes with a 6 months free trial, so you can try it. And then one more thing about Pilot Institute, we have a new app to watch your courses. So if you've been wanting to watch the course offline, viewing it offline while you're on the go, the current Teachable app that we had was not amazing. So we decided to code our own, and then now we have this new product available. So make sure you head over to the course where you can see the details on how to download. It is available on both Android and Apple, which is cool. The old app was only available on Apple, and it should give you a bit more functionality. So head over there, download it, and then start watching. And that's it. You have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. I have to say that this new one right here is going to be our new go-to mic for recording anything in the field.